And this is when I knew that things were about to get even worse.
And he's like, yeah, so you mind if I play 2K for the bread?
Some of this story is just gonna be me being fried, okay? I'm just gonna be honest about that. Well, let me get comfortable because it's time for a story. So, I don't know how long this is going to take. Shouldn't be too long of a story. But, get comfortable. So, I did a poll. First of all, let's rewind. Hello, I'm Tatiana. Welcome back to my YouTube channel for those that are new. Hello, welcome, subscribe. See your girl a little bit more often. And those for coming back, those who are coming back, excuse me. Thank you for being here. Thank you for tuning back in to see me yet again. So, if you hear my dog in the background, ignore her. She's angry. She's upset that she's in her room, but she's a little chaotic. So I needed just a minute. I just was out. So I just came back in the house and I just needed to woosah and tell this story. So, I did a poll on my Instagram and I asked y'all what story time did y'all want to hear. So, the three options were my stepmom, why can I not think right now? The three options were my stepmom holding my dog for ransom, my worst hair story, and my worst first date experience. So, everybody voted for, well, not everybody, but most people voted for the worst first date experience. So we're gonna have a little chat. So, just for backstory, I was just going through this phase where, because I'm very picky. I'm very, very picky. And I was going through this phase where I just was like trying things, talking to more people, going on dates. Just trying to see, like, you know, what's really out there, because I just got out of a situation prior to that. That was a mess, child, a mess. So, anyway, I was at work and there's somebody at my job who works security. So he kept coming by my desk, like, repeatedly. Like, every time I'm at my desk, he walking by my desk. I know there's other things that you should be doing right now. Anyway, eventually he finally musters up the courage to actually speak to me, say hello, try to get my number, whatever. So I gave him my Instagram. We started there because I'll be iffy about giving my number out, especially at work. Started there, and then eventually we started texting. So we text and talking for some time. We on FaceTime, and he tells me that he wants to take me on a date. I'm like, okay. And we weren't talking really too much long before the date. So we're gonna call him Real. So anyway, me and Real are, you know, getting acquainted. He's trying to take me on a date, whatever. So eventually the time comes and he tells me, like, around the time, he tells me,
oh, like, you know, I got a car, but like my transmission is messed up, so like, you know, I'm just trying to get that fixed. So like, yeah, like,
okay, show him some grace, you never know. Now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like Real didn't have no damn car to begin with, if we being for real, but we'll get there. So I tell him, this is me just being fried. Some of this story is just gonna be me being fried, okay? I'm just gonna be honest about that. So anyway, he tells me he wants to take me on a date. I said, okay, cool. Here's what we're gonna do. I have a hair appointment. If I leave my hair appointment tomorrow and it is near you, or, you know, we're around close to where you at, I'll come get you, scoop you up, we go on this little date. If not, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's chalked, basically. So I go get my hair done, and when I leave there, he sent me his location. He was 8 minutes away from where I was at. So I said, okay, cool, I'll go get him. Well, I go pick him up, and I had on some slides, I think, because I just got my hair done. So I had my ones in my trunk. So he getting in the car, I hop out because I'm in my trunk trying to get my ones and switch out my shoes since we going somewhere. So I hear him in the car on the phone. So just to be clear, the date plans were to go to Barrio, get some tacos. That was it. That was the date plan. So I get in the car. No, I'm, in my trunk, get my shoes, and I hear him on the phone like, yeah, I'm on my way now. Yeah, da da da. And I'm thinking in my head like, do you have the car or do I have the car? How you telling your homeboy you on your way and you ain't got no car? Nor did you ask me what was going on. Anyway, I get in the car. He's like, yeah, you mind if we stop by the liquor store real quick? I'm like, okay. Goes to the liquor store. He goes and gets a bottle of Casamigo. And then he hop back in the car. He like, yeah, you want to go to my cousin tattoo shop downtown? I'm like, I mean, sure, we could stop by there, So we go. Mind you, I don't know if other girls feel like this too, but I just don't like when you are meeting somebody for like kind of like the first time and they are bringing you around like they family and all types of stuff, because like, I don't even know if I like you like that, bruh. Like, I don't even know if we are there. So why is you bringing me around people like we vibing on a first date? But whatever, once again. So we get there. He gives me like one shot out of that bottle. I'm sitting around really confused as to why we're here. He starts pressing his cousin about giving him that money back for this bottle. Okay. So he comes up to me and he's like,
yeah, so you mind if I play 2K for the bread?
Now, I know you're probably thinking, why didn't you leave? I don't know. But if I left, I wouldn't even have a good story for y'all. So, I mean, here we are. So, yeah, basically, I'm like, yeah, sure. Mind you, we supposed to be going somewhere. And we're supposed to be going somewhere. And, of course, like, it's getting a little late. I'm like, okay, one game, sure. So he proceeds to play 2K for the bread, and guess what, y'all? He loses. He loses. So I'm like, okay, let's wrap this up. But no, what does he do? He comes back over to me and says, you mind if I play one more time? So he goes and plays his second little funky ass game of 2K. And guess what, y'all? You guessed it. He lost again. And this whole scenario is a major part of why things got even worse. So now it's late. We're supposed to go to Barrio. They're closed. So now we have to look for other options near where we are at. So we are already downtown. And I'm like, well, Lago's open. It's their late night menu, which I don't know what that's here for, but we can go see. So we go to Lago. We sit down. And this is when I knew that things were about to get even worse. Are y'all hearing me? You know what? Let me just... Okay. So, we're ordering our food. Now, he orders a shot of something and orders his food. I order my food. Now, he looks at me and says, I know my battery is not about to die, child. Uh. He looks at me and says,
You got what again? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's about like what, like $5, $10, $15. Okay. And then you got the, how much was the drink? Oh, okay, all right, cool.
excuse me? Excuse? This is when I knew. I had to get close to y'all. This is when I knew. And I thought in my head, like, ain't no way he can't pay for this. Ain't no way he's poor. No way he's poor. Y'all. So we end up eating. Okay, it's time to pay for our food. He hands the waiter the card. She comes back and what does she say, y'all?
Sorry, sir. Your card was declined.
Okay. So he looks at me. Now, this is where a lot of people probably would have did something different, but to each their own. So he looks at me and he like, all right, y'all, I'm sorry. My camera literally died in the middle of me trying to tell y'all this story. My toe ring got stuck on my blanket. Okay, so, yeah, so he looks at me and he's like, yeah, you got any money? Because, you know, I didn't bring all my cash out with me, you know. Sir. Actually, we're going to talk about where he went wrong later on. Well, y'all, I'm sure y'all know by this point where he went wrong. We're going to break it down. We're going to break it down. So, I end up having to pay for my food. I think I paid a little bit more than that, actually. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna give you your money back. I'm gonna send you your money back. Child. So, oh, damn, my cricket. I don't know. Anyway. So, he like, yeah. Yeah, I didn't bring all my cash out with me, yada, 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 yeah. So, I paid so we could leave, right? So, now, we going to my car, whatever. He's just telling me how, he like, yeah, Cashmere. He like, yeah, we should go to Forward this weekend. I've been wanting to go to Forward for so long. Now, if you're not from Cleveland, actually, I'm telling this story like y'all know where I'm at. Anyway, if you're not from Cleveland, Forward is like this day and night club type kick it. So he like, yeah, I've been wanting to go for so long. I ain't had nobody to go with. Do I look dumb to you? You didn't have a ride. You're poor. I mean, come on. And my thing is, I'm not trying to knock nobody, but at the same time, if you know these things about yourself, actually you pulled up to this date, designer down, and you can't pay for it. If you know these things, maybe you shouldn't be dating right now, Bookie. You have bigger fish to fry. You worried about the wrong shit. Like, let's be so for real. So, anyway, yeah, he's like, yeah, I want somebody to go with. I'm like, In my head, you're never gonna see this face again. Ever. Except for on Instagram. If you so choose to follow me. You'll never see this face again. So, drop him off, boom. And he was just like still hitting me up after the fact. I'm like, have you no shame? I mean, my perspective is that we need to get back into shame. Just a little bit. you know, I feel like it's good for character development. I mean, have you no shame? Like, let's be so for real. Anyway, earlier this year, he even was like calling me and acting like he had the wrong number and didn't know who I was or something weird. And it was texting me, and I'm like, dude, leave me alone. Like, leave me alone. So, that is the story of my worst first date. Now, this is the part where we dissect. So, granted, let's say that we're real. Let's say that we're real. You know that you have no car. You know that you have, your funds are low and your debts are high, Bookie. You know this. You know this about yourself. What would make you say, you know what? I'm gonna go to my cousin's house. First of all, this is the first date, period. Why would you think not cousin house? Cousin tattoo shop. Yeah, I'm gonna have her stop me by the liquor store. Then I'm gonna have her take me by my cousin tattoo shop where I'll be kicking it at. You know, play a little 2K, da 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 da. Like, this is a date. But back to funds are low and debts are high. You know these things about yourself. So, here's where you went wrong. You gambled with your only funds. You gambled, you played with your only funds that you knew you needed to take somebody on a date that you asked them out on. You knew this, but you played. You played with your funds and you lost. Not once, but twice. Twice. You lost twice. So now here we are in a situation where we're supposed to go, where the food is cheaper and you probably could afford it, is closed. Because it's late, because you spent all your time. You played with your time and your funds. You spent all your time losing that 2K. Step your cookies up, Bookie. You need to practice a little bit more. You lost twice. So you spent all that time losing. Now you got to go somewhere more expensive. After you already just blew your money for the date. I mean, if that's not the dumbest thing you could do, I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand. And not only did you do that, I had to pay because you didn't have enough funds and your card got declined. I mean, let's be so for real. And you know what's funny? First of all, top tip, don't just be doing anything. Sometimes I just be doing anything. I really do sometimes. Don't just be doing anything. Have some discernment, you know. Sometimes be like, okay, this is a little bit fried. I'm out. Like, don't just be doing anything. But, you know, I had my little phase, and it was like a effing we ball phase. So, you know, that's where we ended up. But have some intentionality about what you're doing. You know, once stuff wasn't going the right way, oh yeah, I gotta go, I'm taking home, da da da. Have some intentionality, have some discernment, and don't just be doing anything. But anyway, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. But yes, that is the worst first date I have ever been on. He literally took me to his cousin's tattoo shop, had me stop him at the liquor store, had me wait while he played 2K for the bread, and he lost twice, couldn't pay for the date. Very embarrassing. But the funny part is, I was talking to one of my homeboys, right? And I be telling him all the stuff that's going on in my life, because sometimes it be some stuff going on in my life. And you know it's bad when somebody asks you, like, do you pray? And it's funny because stuff like this, I'll be like, what did I do to have such bad luck with dating and men? Like, and you know it's bad when somebody look at you and you telling them stuff that's going wrong, and they just be like, do you pray? That's crazy. That's different. That's different. But yes, y'all, If you have any bad first date stories, please leave them below. Let me know what happened, and give me your reaction to this craziness of a mess. And yes, thank you so much for watching. Tune into my next video. I hope this was somewhat entertaining for y'all. It's entertaining for me now because it wasn't then. I was blue. But anyway, I have some more story times coming about craziness. So I'm still do these story times from the poll I posted. I'm just going to drop them at later dates. So this is the first one because everybody want to know what my worst first date was. So here we are. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will see y'all in my next video. Bye, bookies.